It's just different.
Okay, so today we're over here with parts for a desk that I just bought off of Amazon. But the only problem is half of the desk arrived. So apparently I already talked to the people that own like the desk. It's Vivo. They deliver their like setups and desks in like 2 sections. So I already get the second tracking number for the other package. That was my first thing I did, was call them and try to figure out what's going on. But they deliver things in 2s. So it's a standing desk. The other like tabletop part should be here tomorrow before the end of the day, which sucks because I have to work tomorrow and I wanted to put the whole thing together. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm just happy to know that the other package is still coming. Like the part that's missing is still coming. So it's a standing desk. I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting this part together now that I know the rest of the desk is coming, because my goal is to replace this and clean up that back there and put a whole proper gaming setup together over here. And then we're also going to be getting some new clamps and stuff for the cameras so they can just be mounted to the desk. I'm getting rid of this ring light and getting an Elgato key light. Gonna try to clean up everything. Also, there's a stink bug on my window. You see that little dot up there? There's a stink bug on it. That's on the outside, not on the inside. Had to make sure I didn't get that mixed up because they're literally not labeled at all. So I kind of got a whole slew of parts to kind of mess around here with. I gotta find the instructions. Charger or power block or whatever. I got a new surge protector over there at the under the desk that is a 12 piece, and I can use it to kind of clear up some space. And we'll be able to have somewhere to plug this sucker up in. That's like a dad in his 40s. Plug this sucker up. I think these are leg components. Yeah, these look like motors. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be bending anytime soon. That's a solid piece of metal. Okay, some more leg stuff. The other leg piece. And then we just gotta wait for the actual tabletop to arrive tomorrow. Oh, since this is an automatic standing desk, it's got buttons. They're not digital buttons, they're physical buttons. But it's got a digital counter. Let's move some of this stuff around. Let me go grab my toolkit and then we'll get started. Okay, so these crossbars aren't actually labeled. They've got like this little notch right here so you can kind of tell which one is which, and they're on opposite sides. Okay, so I'm just kind of guesstimating here, but this looks about right. When the actual tabletop comes, I might take this apart again, just to see. I'm telling you, you can just screw these in anywhere pretty much, which is interesting. Well, that's pretty secure, but I don't know, something about that makes me a little uneasy. And when there's a designated hole for screwing, it makes it easier, you know? That's a terrible joke. Okay, now it's time to stand this sucker up. I told you, we're gonna sound like a 40-year-old dad today. Yeah, you can see like the old desk, I mean, it's literally just a table I got from Walmart. So I wanted to get rid of that. Yeah, this feels sturdy. All right. And that sucker's heavy too. Okay, so I technically got him on the wrong side, but that's okay. All right, so for this next part of it, we need the like tiny Allen wrench that comes with this set to kind of like, where'd it go? To tighten up this little screw that they've got over here. It's like a tiny, tiny screw. Doesn't feel like it needs tightening though. Never mind, I was completely wrong, wow. what is it? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I'm sounding like a 40-year-old dad right now. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but we got this tiny little Allen wrench here. I just didn't want to move the camera around too much. And we're just tightening a tiny little screw on this silver like rod in the center. Maybe I'll bring the camera over to show you after all, but. Okay, so the last thing I gotta do now is install the anti-vibration pads that will help assist with you know, the vibrating that this thing does when you raise it up and down. We've got about, I think, 18 of these little things or something like that. They're made out of rubber. So here's one. Kind of hard to focus in, but it's a tiny little piece of rubber. You're basically gonna be putting it like right around here. You see this little slit right here? Just gonna wanna kind of just press that in and dig it out from the underside just to make sure it's in there properly, but it's pretty straightforward. I don't know how the desk itself is gonna work with this. Do you just sit it on top? That's gonna make me a little nervous, honestly, if the table just literally rests on top of this. I don't think that's how it's gonna be, but definitely curious to see when that part arrives tomorrow, how that's gonna work. Okay, that's in there, nice and steady. Making videos like this is kind of something that I enjoy. You know, just kind of a ride along with me as I put something together. I know I joke about being a 40-year-old dad. I'm not even 30 yet. I got a few more years before I'm 30. I feel like my fellow grown men and dads would probably enjoy something like this, just watching a guy put a desk together. Now, granted, I'm doing a terrible job with these camera angles, but again, we're just putting in these anti-vibration pads. If I can get this one in there. There we go. I'm glad I didn't have to screw these on because there's a lot of them. And that's in there. Gotta make sure. This is in there. And then maybe we'll get a chance to even power this sucker on and see how it works. Kind of play around with it. Okay, reading the instructions, the last parts are for the actual tabletop, which you do in fact screw in, obviously. So we'll have to hold off on that for tomorrow when the rest of the table arrives. So I gotta make sure I don't lose any of the screws that came with it. There's a spare parts bag too, just in case we do lose something. And I actually tore a hole in the screws pouch. So for now, I'm just gonna set these up here on my desk. Try to clear some space. And let's try to see if we can play around with the motor. Just a tiny bit. Oh, I forgot also. It's got these like little racks. I don't actually know what the purpose of these are. Okay, they're just like little hooks, I guess, if you want to have them for the desk, but they don't really serve too much other purpose. And just little hooks. There we go. Yeah, it's just a little hook, I guess, if you want to put like a headset or something on the edge. I don't know if I'll keep this on there because I don't like little things like this, but it also is going to be kind of out of sight, out of mind under the actual tabletop. So we'll see. I'll see how it feels when I get the rest of the table in here. Okay, this kind of looks like something you use for like a GPU or something along those lines maybe. So here's the connector cable for the actual like motor on the desk. You gotta get it hooked up into the control panel. So it goes like this, nice and easy. And I think it pops out pretty easy. Yeah, that's in there. Here's the AC adapter. Let's get that plugged in next to the control panel, and then we'll plug this into the wall, test it out. Always good to test your equipment, make sure things work properly, especially since we don't have the rest of the, you know, the whole setup together. I've also got some cable racks coming in tomorrow for all of that mess you saw behind the PC with all those cables and everything everywhere. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, let's test it out. Okay, so it looks like the control panel is in fact out of focus. Okay, control panel's online. So this is, oh wow, okay, yeah, we're good to go. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's tall. That's actually sick. Whoa, this thing actually gets a lot taller than I thought it did. Like, this is chest level for me. You know, I'm like 5'8", 5'9" on a good day, but this is what we're kind of looking at from chest height. That's really, really nice. Wow. Okay, let's lower it back down. You can see the motor doing its thing right there. So if you're wondering how that's working, it's just twisting this little knob right here, which is gonna lower that mechanism on the inside, obviously. You gotta put a little bit of pressure onto the button, but it's nothing too crazy. And if you're wondering how much I paid for this, it was $300. I almost got it on sale, but I waited till I got paid. It would have been like $260 the day I got it. So it was $300, $323 and some change. It's gonna be very nice. Can't wait to get the actual tabletop set up on here and just kind of seeing what it's gonna be like. So yeah, like I said, I wanna just get rid of this old Walmart folding table that I've had for like 4 years now. I mean, it's done its purpose, but I can't really mount anything to it because it's so flimsy. And I want to be able to actually put things on the actual desk. I want to replace the ring light, get an Elgato key light that I can hook to the desk, get a camera stand that I can hook to the desk so I can free up that tripod and have it for when I travel to events and stuff. Just clean up this setup because we got a lot of cool stuff going on here. I also need to figure out what I'm doing with my studio light. That might just go in the closet for the time being. Yeah, I just need to clean up this whole setup. Too much is happening here. Too much is on the floor. Things just need to be moved around and cleaned up. I wanted to add too, before I forget, I've got a lightsaber coming in the mail. My wife bought me a lightsaber as an early birthday present. We're gonna be doing an unboxing of it when it gets here. I don't know exactly when it's supposed to be here, but I think it's gonna be here this week. It is Kyle Katarn's lightsaber. If you don't know, Kyle Katarn is probably my favorite Jedi of all time. Yes, we're getting his lightsaber in the mail. I can't wait. Okay, so we got part 2 of the desk in here really quick. I'm in a bit of a crunch right now. I really won't be able to work on this too much today because I'm obviously working today. Here's the next section of the desk. Gotta get it put together and put on this. So I'll probably just kind of jump to it when it's about 80% done. I'm gonna work on this on my lunch break. So you guys will see what it looks like in a little bit. Okay, so here's the desk fully put together. Now I've got an hour to replace this table with this and get everything set up. So we're gonna go ahead and knock that out. I should have flipped this upside down, to be honest, and screwed everything on, but it turned out to be still okay for the most part. Next time I do a desk though, I'm flipping it upside down. I built it in reverse order because I got the frame first instead of the tabletop, so I just built the tabletop on top of the frame, but you know, that still potentially had some issues, but we got it all sorted out. So shout out to my wife for helping me put this together. And let's get replacing.
No kit picked up at the moment. No kit at the moment. Doesn't bring in the market. Fury are finally host that first round of the campaign that we tried the first. It wasn't quite enough for Caesarato. And closing things out yet. So they're on there. Fury picks it up.
It's just different.
Yeah, I need to get another haircut. It's already time, baby. Okay, so the entire thing has been set up. We're ready to go. I kind of cut things abruptly a little bit earlier. Also, we're using the studio light this time instead of the ring light. I had to cut things a little bit short earlier because I was on my lunch break putting the entire table together and I wanted to kind of get it over with so I can get back to work. And I was able to get back to work successfully, just for the record. We are good to go. The entire desk is set up, built, and ready. Let's show it to you. So I've currently got it at almost its highest elevation. It could go a little bit higher, but I need to get the cable racks and stuff installed, which won't be here till Friday. If I have it go any higher, it'll lift the entire surge protector off the ground and all the cables that are hooked to it, and that just looks messy and it could probably break something and things will get unplugged. So we don't want to do that. So I have to wait till the cable racks come in this Friday, but everything's looking nice and crisp, man. I'm happy to have it all set up finally. It didn't really take that long. I had to double check a lot of like the joints and bolts and stuff that I had to screw together to make sure it was all you know, connected properly. Some of those middle bracers weren't fully tightened like I thought they were, so when I was putting stuff on the table, I noticed some of them were kind of like giving way a tiny bit. Tightened it back up, we're all good to go. It looks nice and clean, and now I just gotta keep adding some additional things to the setup. One of the next things we're gonna be getting is an Elgato key light for when I'm streaming. As much as I do enjoy my studio light, it's a little too bright for some basic gameplay stuff and recording. It's just a little bit too bright, but it does illuminate the entire room, as you can see, minus the lamps we've got on in the background. But overall, I love the new setup. And for this video, I'll make sure to take a few more shots of everything. It just looks crisp, man. I've been really getting into just redesigning my office ever since I got a full-time job. I wanted to be in comfort. I wanted to have nice things and replace some things that I've had for a long time, like that table, dude. I've had that table for like 3-4 years. It was just a table I got from Walmart, a folding table during COVID, or like right before COVID. But I couldn't really mount things to it. It wasn't really structurally sound. Anything that I did try to clamp to it ended up cracking the table sometimes, even my microphone, or putting some dents in it. It just didn't look clean anymore, you know? So I wanted to modernize the entire setup and just make it look nice. So that's gonna be the end of this little like vlog, video, whatever we're gonna do here. I'm gonna raise this up a tiny bit just so you guys can see how tall you are now, man. I wish I was this tall. But all right, guys, again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it. It was just a random little vlog that I kind of wanted to do because we got the desk, and I wanted to just kind of show you guys me changing up the space that I make all the videos for this channel. I know we've been slacking on them a lot lately. Just a lot has been going on, man. I'm gonna try to get in order of things. I've said that like 3 different videos now. That's probably not a good look, but we'll get there eventually, man. I'm doing adult things with adult money now and getting adult equipment for my very adult, clearly, office. Also, I'm gonna be getting some stuff in eventually soon for Glitch Energy. I'm gonna be turning this entire table over here. It's like my setup slash review table. That's the goal with this whole setup over here. More to come with that. But again, thanks for watching. If you're new here, be sure to leave a like, sub to the channel for more gaming content. As always, I've been Jay the Gamer. I will see you in the next video.